It was really cute to see that little moment where he's like, "You look familiar, do I know you?" And it's like, oh, Andi Mack! Andi Mack! Hey there, it's Kristen, and today we're talking about High School Musical, the musical, the series, Season 2, Episode 9. It's spring break, everybody's doing their own thing. Gina is stranded at the airport while Ricky finally reconnects with his mom. Consider subscribing if you like my videos, and drop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts on this episode. Let's get on into it. So this episode, everybody's on spring break. We do get to see them tap into that Zoom lifestyle that I think we're all kind of still living in as the cast connects via video. Ashlyn and EJ have been hanging out, watching Scary Movie, bonding, and house sitting for their parents who've gone away. Carlos is away on a tropical vacation and he invited Seb, but Seb decided to stay home so that he can help out on the farm. And there's definitely a little bit of drama going on between the two of them that they start hinting at in this episode. Seb has been a little bit jealous of the selfies that Carlos is posting. Nini's at home working on her original music. Courtney and Big Red are working at Slices, and it looks like Courtney may be connecting a little bit more with Howie, or at least letting him talk to her. And he reveals to her that North High is planning to do a diss video on Instagram about East High. I gotta tell you, I thought at first maybe this was a little bit of a scam. I'm like, okay, wait, so are they telling Howie something because they know he'll tell Courtney, and maybe the East High gang is gonna react before anything happens and kind of make themselves look dumb? But that's not what happened. Instead, there really is a diss video about East High, and they decide to rise above and collab. Even though they are all over the place for spring break, Nene and Ashlyn virtually write a really great song that the cast performs. It was just really cheeky and fun, and I think You Ain't Seen Nothing was such a great addition to this episode. They did a lot of fun video editing just to bring the screens together, and I really like the message of like, you ain't seen nothing yet, we're gonna rise above, like, we're not gonna, you know, sink low like North High is. But it was a little bit more subtle than what North High did. So I thought it was a really fun performance. It felt very like native to the internet. Like, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a little bit different than some of the other performances we've seen. Although someone is missing, and that's Ricky. He's just been very down after his breakup with Nene, and he is actually visiting his mom, and he's just literally wrapped up like a burrito the whole time. This episode really gave him a chance to face his mom and tell her how he really felt after she came to the opening night of High School Musical with Todd. Since last season, Ricky has really been struggling with these big changes in his life with his mom and dad and with Nene, and he was finally able to face that in this episode. And I liked how Ricky's mom opened up to him. I liked her a lot more than I think I did in the last season, and just the way that she communicated with him and was like wanting to hear him out, and the way that she suggested different things to help him cope with what he's dealing with: yoga, therapy, creating something. And then he writes a really great original song called Let You Go. And I'm hoping that this is the start of something new, and Ricky's gonna be able to move on a little bit. And maybe he'll get back together with Nene, maybe he won't. They kind of tease like, you know, maybe there's still something, but also his original song is really about, you know, if you love something, letting it go, and, you know, just appreciating those moments you had. And I thought both original songs that we got were really, really nice, really well done. I will say though, I'm missing the High School Musical references. I thought the first season did such a good job of paralleling moments at the beginning of the season to the end of the season, and I feel like we're kind of missing that, and I would like it back. That was something I thought was really impressive about how they handled the first season. So, you know, maybe there's some things I'm missing, and when I go back and watch the season when it's all done, I'll be like, oh, there was that reference. But right now I feel like I'm not really seeing a lot of references to High School Musical. Although I guess you can say that there was a very blatant one in the North High diss video. They included the original cast, like Troy and Gabriella and everyone, in the diss video, so I thought that was kind of funny. But, you know, I would like to see more of that. And then of course the other big storyline of this episode was Gina, whose flight was delayed at the airport. She's kind of stuck there, and she meets a guy named Jack, played by Asher Angel, and this was of course the big Andi Mack reunion. It was really cute to see that little moment where he's like, you look familiar, do I know you? And it's like, oh, Andi Mack! Andi Mack! They had this cute sort of airport flirtation going on, and they were getting to know each other, and I think you got to know a bit more about Gina as well. I didn't know she had an older brother that wasn't really around. She'd never been kissed before, so I think these are, you know, plot points that they're kind of dropping in that may be important, especially that first kiss and how she's waiting for the right guy who's gonna stick around. And while she's having these great moments with Jack, you're also seeing that there's kind of these moments where EJ is sort of embedding himself into this story without even being there. They FaceTime, she's wearing his Duke sweatshirt, which was a kind of a little bit of a big reveal to be like, oh shoot, okay. And then he comes to pick her up at the airport, he's got snacks for her, he's really thinking about her. And I think this episode, Gina is the one starting to realize maybe there could be something with EJ. And I'm already on the ship train, I'm ready for it. Although it looks like more drama is going to be a brewing in the next episode. There's gonna be some relationship drama between Carlos and Seb, and also between Nene and Gina as Nene finds out about the confusion with the Valentine's Day chocolates, which honestly is kind of nothing, but maybe they're gonna blow that up to something bigger, bring a little bit more drama in. But I have to say, overall, I felt like this was a little bit more of a filler episode. I thought it was a little bit anticlimactic. I think if you don't already know about like the working relationship between Asher Angel and Sophia Wiley, you're kind of like, okay, who's this random guy? They kind of make it seem like he's just here for this one episode. I don't know if they're gonna bring him in for more episodes, but it didn't really feel like it. It felt like this was like a self-contained moment where like it's not like he goes to their school, it's not like he goes to North High, he's like from a different state. So I was like, if you don't have that context of like, this is an Andi Mack reunion, I think that it sort of felt random. This was really about Gina and EJ potentially connecting and then Ricky finally talking to his mom, but I think that they just didn't feel like big enough moments to like fill this whole episode. So I guess I felt that this was one of the weaker episodes. I didn't really think it progressed us that much further, especially in the musical. Like, we learned stuff, but I think I would have liked to see more of what's going on with the actual production. I mean, they only have 3 weeks until the Mankeys, and we haven't really seen much. Last week they were banned from rehearsing for a week. Now it's spring break, so that's another week of not rehearsing. It just seems like we're focused a little bit more on relationship drama versus what's actually going on with this big competition that they're trying to prepare for. I would love to know how you guys are feeling. Are you wanting to see more Beauty and the Beast and more High School Musical references, or are you cool with where the story's going? If you guys like this one, you can check out more of my High School Musical, the series reviews right over here, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!